If you believe the online reports, and I don't know about you, but I believe everything I read on the internet, then the NBA landscape is about to get a major shakeup. Whoosh bomb alert! A major trade is on the horizon involving the New Orleans Pelicans and presumptive top 3 pick, Scoot Henderson. According to Shams Charania, the Pelicans are seriously pursuing a top 2 to 3 pick in this month's NBA draft, with eyes on point guard Scoot Henderson. And that definitely makes sense. New Orleans doesn't really have a capable starting point guard. Apologies to Grand Theft Alvarado. CJ McCollum was their de facto point guard last year, and he's more of a shooting guard. And if you want a quality point guard, you can't do much better than Scoot Henderson. Scouting reports say he's Derrick Rose mixed with prime Russell Westbrook. He's an elite level point guard, one of the best lead guard prospects to come along in years. He has elite physical tools and the ability to take over games. Plus, he's got the athleticism and frame to dominate the NBA and all the size and quickness you look for in high-level guards. He's a creative finisher who's at his best when he's driving hard to the rim and scoring in the paint or getting his own shot from mid-range. All in all, Scoot is a freak athlete with the skills to back it up. Sure, Victor Wembanyama is the surefire number 1 pick in the draft, but in most other drafts, Scoot would have a great chance of going number 1. So how does New Orleans, who's drafting 14th, have any chance of landing Scoot, who will be gone by pick number 3 at the latest? Well, enter the Charlotte Hornets, who currently hold the number 2 pick. You see, Charlotte is in an interesting spot. With LaMelo Ball as their starting point guard, they don't necessarily need the talents of Scoot Henderson at the same position. And there's also questions as to how playing Scoot and LaMelo together in the backcourt would work out in the long run. So that leaves Charlotte in the predicament of selecting a potential bad fit in Scoot Henderson or picking another player, likely Alabama's Brandon Miller, at that number 2 spot. And who knows, Charlotte may like Brandon Miller. After all, he's getting Paul George comparisons. But Miller doesn't have that wow factor a small market team like Charlotte needs. The Hornets may as well be in Wyoming. NBA fans don't care about the team, and the team ranked near the bottom for attendance this past year. If it weren't for LaMelo, the team would be ranked even worse. That's why I see a trade with New Orleans as the perfect move to make Charlotte relevant and balance out their team. And it would give the Pelicans the player they covet as well. In order to make that happen, the Pelicans would be giving up Zion Williamson. And it's crazy that I'm even saying this. Zion is only 22 years old, and he's already a 2-time All-Star. He's the former number 1 pick with career averages of 26 points and 7 rebounds a game. But Zion is always injured, and his love for basketball is a constant question mark. In 4 seasons in the NBA, Zion has only played 114 games. And yeah, he's healthy now, but how long until a tweaked knee or ankle keeps him out for another 3 months, or even longer? The Pelicans need to move on from Zion before his trade value is at an all-time low. And the Hornets need to take a risk that they can reignite Zion's passion for basketball and get a proper conditioning plan in place to lessen his injury risk. A trade of Zion and the Pelicans' number 14 pick for Charlotte's number 2 pick and Gordon Hayward to match salaries would get this done. Due to Zion's injury history, Charlotte mitigates their risk by only offering up the number 2 pick and no young prospects. New Orleans is able to cut their losses with Zion now and drafts a surefire winner in Scoot Henderson at number 2. That allows the Pelicans to have a starting lineup of Scoot, CJ McCollum, and Brandon Ingram. They can also start defensive ace Herb Jones and big man Jonas Valanciunas. Valanciunas had some of his best years ever playing with Ja Morant in Memphis, and he'll love playing with Scoot. Bench of Hayward, Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy, and Larry Nance makes them a tough out in the West. And on Charlotte's side, with this trade, they now have a second star to put with LaMelo. And this is a team that will get butts in the seats. LaMelo and Zion, the marketing potential is insane. Look at the starting lineup of LaMelo, Scary Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges, no comment there. Zion and Mark Williams. They're the starters, and then P.J. Washington, Nick Richards, Bryce McGowens, and the other Martin twin are your reserves. Draft Kobe Buffkin with that number 14 pick, and you're good to go. But what if Zion keeps getting injured? It doesn't matter. Free agents aren't coming to Charlotte, and if LaMelo doesn't get help soon, then he will leave in free agency the first chance he gets or demand a trade. The change of scenery may just be what Zion needs. He was born 45 minutes from Charlotte and grew up just an hour and a half away. He went to school at Duke and was very comfortable there. So being comfortable is super important to Zion, and being back close to home would be perfect for him. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I think this trade would be great for both sides and for the NBA. If you've enjoyed today's video, and hey, you must have if you're still watching, show some love by leaving a like so YouTube recommends this content to more people. Also, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the videos I put out. Check out the boxes on the screen for more NBA content just like this, and I'll catch you next time on the Half Court Report.